Can Ukraine ensure the democratic integrity of its elections?
I think it can, because there are several factors. First, there is a big number of candidates and there is big plurality, political plurality of Ukraine. So it should be remembered that Ukraine is a very pluralistic republic. That's the main difference with Russia, for example. Whilst in Russia citizens identify themselves with the leader, in Ukraine citizens mostly have mistrust towards their leader. And therefore there is this plurality of players, both political players, oligarchic players, civil society players. Everybody controls everybody. So on the level of local, for example, electoral commissions, on the level of a bigger scale, there is mutual control. And what we see right now is that many political players are very nervous because they are not certain about the result. And this nervosity shows that the result of the election is not predictable. And that this is something that gives this overall democratic nature of this election.
Are economic reform proposals of the leading candidates addressing key economic needs?
Since 2014, many Ukrainian citizens, especially the poor ones, became poor. Because Ukraine lost a big part of its economy, because Ukraine lost a big part of its trade, and in a sense, the reforms that are coming from the 2014, I would call them a macro reform. So they're addressing the macroeconomic level. So they saved Ukraine from sovereign bankruptcy, they reformed banking system, the gas system, etc. But they didn't really address the economic needs of the ordinary citizens. And many ordinary citizens are frustrated about that. So do the candidates basically address these issues? I would say that, interestingly, that the candidate that is mostly addressing these issues is Yulia Tymoshenko. We can say that she's a populist, we can say that she's like a veteran in Ukrainian politics, but basically she's the one who proposed a very comprehensive kind of economic vision. It can be called utopian, it can be criticized, but in a sense she's trying to fill this gap, both with populist statements and with some more wide statements. On the other candidates, I don't really see the clear economic vision how they want to bring Ukraine to a better economy, to a more just economy, more fair economy. And that's very important because, to my opinion, these elections are too much focused on the issues of identity, on the issues of security, whereas the economic issues need real focus right now.
How will the elections impact resolution of the conflict in the East?
I'm not sure that they will have an impact, because we understand that the key from this conflict is in Moscow, not in Kiev. And basically, it's because the Russian officials or pro-Russian forces are fueling this conflict every year by year. I think this is the question why this conflict continues. We have a situation when we have Minsk process, which is kind of a deadlock. Nobody is knowing where to go, but nobody is ready to propose. Well, nobody is ready to propose an alternative, because we understand that this is a very tricky balance, which is achieved because the war is continuing. We have like wounded people, we have killed people, but it's not continuing on such a large scale. And well, for example, there are people who are suggesting alternatives, like, I don't know, the pro-Russian candidates are saying we will talk about with the separatists themselves, or Tymoshenko is saying she will propose a Budapest plus something, which is very utopian. I would say that, well, of course, the candidates, like more pro-Russian candidates like Boyko or Vilkul, they're coming into this election with the huge slogans: peace, I will guarantee peace on Donbass, but they don't know how to do it.